One of the coolest cars in the entire SEMA show was built by a guy named Jesse Greening, the Greening Auto Company. And Jesse, this is a 71 Camaro?
Yes, it is.
And the execution on this car is phenomenal.
Thank you.
Tell me about the direction of the look you were trying to go.
We just wanted a clean, low-key, kind of OEM feel to the car. So just not overdo it, not make it just way out there custom or anything. So we tried adding some touches, maybe something that GM would have done a little bit here and there possibly. So I just, I've been around their cars ever since I was a little kid. So, so I know all GM stuff. So we just tried grabbing some cues from some of their stuff and so forth and integrating it in a custom way, but not quite, but not that far out.
So I think this to me almost looks like if there was a concept car version of the 71 Camaro, this might have been it.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. So, and hopefully I've accomplished that with this as far as just the overall feel and impression of it when you first see it.
Well, take me through some of the modifications. You've done a lot of metal work on this thing.
Yeah, actually, and most of that's under the hood. The outside of the car we've left with what GM had because it's so good. So and the only thing we've made some modifications with is like the nose of it. We've made that nose out of sheet metal.
Not an Enduro plastic nose.
Exactly, not mimicking what they had. They had a good look there, but the part's kind of hard to deal with. So we made it to where we could handle it, and we know it's going to be good for the life of the car. So that was just one little subtle change there. We tucked the bumpers up a little bit. And we've machined the acrylic light here, and the lens itself we've machined and polished, and then this originally went vertically,
right? And
we've made it horizontally just to kind of flow with the bumpers a little better.
I'm really digging this whole treatment of the inner fenders and this cowl piece, and the way you shrouded the radiator.
Yeah, I just wanted real clean panels around there. We've used the original inner fenders in the car, so you still get the good OEM GM look on the outside of the car, but whenever you come in here, you get a nice clean look. You're not having to clean up all that stuff or fix it, So we just put aluminum sheet metal cover over that and brought it around so it's a nice clean look, and machined all the little caps, let those be kind of the accent in there. So.
And this is all formed aluminum.
Correct.
And what kind of texture is on this?
It's actually base coat clear coat, and we just did a satin finish on the clear. It's the same clear we've used on the outside of the car.
Sure.
It's all Glazert paint, and we've taken and flattened the clear roughly 80 to 90%, and you get that sheen. So it's real durable. It's UV protected and everything else. So it's
real paint. It's
yep.
Beautiful. And then
Thank you.
Some of these. The fender supports and the billet machine parts, where do all that stuff come from?
It's all in-house. I'll design the parts, and then we'll draw them in 3D, and then we'll write tool paths to those 3D parts and actually machine them on our CNC centers at the shop. So.
It must be nice to have those kind of toys.
It is.
Yeah.
We had gotten some of those toys about 4 years ago, and it's really opened up the realm as far as it changes your thinking, as far as what you can do, and it really opens up a lot of doors for you. So
now, if you can dream it up,
exactly.
You can do it.
Yeah, yep.
So tell me about the drive line, the power plant, suspension. What are we looking at?
We used an 01 LS1 engine, and the 6-speed transmission behind it. So, and we kept all GM's components on the front of the engine, excluding the AC compressor.
Okay.
And so we just changed that to match with what Vintage Air has, for their SureFit series for this car. So,
excellent.
Yeah. So that actually made everything a lot easier there. So, and then we've changed the cam. We've used comp cam in it, and they've done some computer work to match the engine electronics to the cam.
Right.
So it's flawless. It's just perfect
and
mix.
Are we looking at a stock subframe or an aftermarket? Or
stock subframe. Then we use Detroit Speed and Engineering upper and lower A arm, and then we have a 1-inch lower Eaton spring. And then we've used a Bill Stein shock that has been tuned from RCD.
All top names there. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And the car rides and handles great.
Well, I know Kyle Tucker is out really beating people up with their second-gen Camaro. And these parts are all still pretty new. So.
Yes, And in fact, this has the Quadralink in it, which is very popular for the first-generation model. But, and so we've used that on this too, so on the rear end.
Tell me about the interior.
interior is done by a guy that's really close to us, Paul Atkins, Custom Auto Interiors, and his shop's about a mile from us, so it gives us a real good advantage. Him and I can work together from the beginning of the build. So and he's been in it for like 20 or 25 years. So
well, people don't realize that interior can't be something that's put in after the car is built.
You're absolutely right.
Because you got to make sure the interior fit is as nice as the exterior.
Yeah, absolutely. And besides that, we can machine some of the pieces that integrate into his stuff, and it's just a good mesh of working together, and you get a very good outcome on the whole car because we've started at the beginning thinking about the interior. The dash is actually an aftermarket dash that we've made to mimic the original one, because the original one looked good. It's hard to find an OEM one that's clean. You can't find it smooth, and we wanted that smooth texture on it, so we took a mold off the original one, and that's actually a reproduction fiberglass dash in that car.
Gotcha.
So, and then we made the eyebrows over the gauges and so forth, and put the Classic Instruments gauges in it that they were able to make custom for us. So,
tie it all together.
Yep.
Well, one of the more outstanding features of the car are the wheels, and that's a whole other story for you guys. Tell me about that.
This is a one-off set for this car, and where this all originated from is we've actually cut these in-house, but they're actually a prototype for a production wheel that is going to go into production. Some of the designs are already in production, but we're working with a company in Southern California called MST, and they are actually contracting us to do some design work and do a signature wheel line with the company name. So
you'll be able to market these wheels under what name?
Greening Auto Company.
Excellent.
Or actually it'd be Greening Auto Wheels.
Greening Auto Wheels.
Yep. Yeah, so we're coming out with an initial 5 to 6 designs, and I believe it's actually the full 6 that we've come up with. And they're primarily going to be a cast line in the beginning, so they're going to fit some of the newer model Mustangs. Your American muscle market is what we're aiming for with this. So you've got your Chargers, Challengers, Mustangs, the new Camaro, and some of the new sport truck stuff. So your Ford F-150s and 1500s from GM and so forth. So
well, and it's a really trick look with the staggered three-dimensional, in to out, arrangement of the spokes. You've got different size spokes. You've got a slight little bow and an cove to them. Because there's so many wheels out there, it's hard to be creative.
Oh my goodness,
how'd you do it?
I didn't look at any for a while. For a long time, I purposely tried not to look at any. I've always liked a real dramatic looking wheel, but try and put a subtle spin on it. And I feel you can do that with the spokes doing a big sweep. You make them aggressive looking, and then you tone them back with the finishes that you put on them and so forth, and let them fit the car. So, and we hope to offer different finishes and different diameters and possibly even textures on them that will let you fit that to your vehicle.
Well, you did a heck of a job, man.
Thank
and
you.
I understand you won an award with this car.
Yes, we did. GM gave us Best GM Vehicle.
Man.
So I'm kind of beside myself on that one. I don't know if it's sunk in yet, but it's just a huge honor, and it's a very cool deal.
Excellent. Well, congratulations. Thanks for showing us the car.
Okay.
It's very cool.
Absolutely.
And good luck to you, man.
Thank you.